Is this film a little out there? Let's find out. Hello Fanatics, I'm Dylan Phillips and this is the Film Fanatic Review bringing you The Little Hours, starring Alison, Brie, Aubrey Plaza, and Kate Micucci. First, we'll tell you what the movie is about, and our initial thoughts. Then we'll move on to our spoiler-free likes and dislikes. We'll finish up with some spoiler-heavy thoughts on this film, and our final word. The Little Hours follows the story of a young servant fleeing from his master who finds refuge at a convent full of emotional nuns. Overall, I was disappointed by this film. With its cast, I'd expected a comedy somewhere along the lines of Mel Brooks or Monty Python, but it just didn't deliver. For what I liked about this film, let's start off with the cast. The performances are good across the board as the actors are funny enough in their roles. The best part of this film is definitely its premise, as it gives us a comedy-filled situation with some unlikely characters. It basically screams medieval parody. The cinematography in this film is good as it gives the tone of a small indie film rather than a big blockbuster. And some of the comedy in this film, which plays to the actors' strengths, hits its mark. However, the film only plays off these actors' strengths and therefore doesn't go outside of the box in terms of its comedy. And some of the jokes or situations fall flat with very obscure or awkward ideas. The story ends up being a bit all over the place with some underdeveloped characters who more or less live in a series of comedic sketches. While this does work in some films where they know what they're going for, this film simply doesn't. And that's where I'll end our spoiler-free thoughts on this film. If you want to hear our final word or rating of this film, pause now and click the link in the description, because now it's time for spoilers. So I expected this film to be a lot more along the lines of a Mel Brooks or Monty Python film, especially with the tone and cinematography it had. Instead, it just fell very flat. The story just seemed to throw outlandish situations out just to be outlandish. I mean, a nun who's part of a blood sex cult? Now, some of the stories were more thematic, like a nun discovering her identity through sexuality, or other aspects of herself, but the blood cult was just a bit weird. And the best scene to me was when Dave Franco's character is running away from the guards. So, with the thoughts heard, here's our final word. The Little Hours is an okay, sometimes funny historical comedy that attempts to follow in the footsteps of other successful parodies before it. While its cinematography and performances do help push it in the right direction, the underdeveloped characters and nonsensical story make it a little too much for everyone's enjoyment. This film was certainly out there, but the cast chemistry works so well, so I'm gonna give The Little Hours a 6.5. Thanks everyone for watching our review. Are you planning on seeing The Little Hours? Or if you've already seen it, do you have something to add? What did you think of the story? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips, and this has been the Film Fanatic Review. If you liked this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our latest video where we talk about the top 10 most anticipated films of 2018. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. And until next time, Fanatics, keep it real.